setting the pace on the pursuit of happiness. This is the Ken Coleman Show, where you discover what you were born to do and how to make it happen. Now, helping you get unstuck and on the path to your dream job, Ken Coleman.
I'm coming to you live from Ramsey Studios in Nashville, and you are joining a conversation about who you are, what you were created to do, where you want to do it, can do it, and then how you get there. It is all about your contribution. We're talking about work that matters. We're talking about the fact that you are created to fill a unique role. That means you are tremendously valuable. You are needed, but you must do it. Because if you don't show up and be the person that you were created to be, you're letting somebody else down. This is duty stuff, folks. I mean, this isn't just, a bunch of new age, go be awesome, be successful. No, it's a bunch of gobbledygook and it doesn't last. We're talking about significance. And the journey to significance will bring success and satisfaction. So, we're going to help you get clear. Get clear on the 3 clarifying questions that lead to self-awareness and allow you to begin to identify your sweet spot, your unique role within your sweet spot. What do you do best? Talent. What work do you love to do most? Passion. What results of your work matter deeply to you? Mission. Where talent, passion, and mission intersect, that's a sweet spot. That's where people see you in your work and they say, boy, you were born for this. And you operate at maximum efficiency. So let's help you figure it out. 844-747-2577, 844-747-2577. We go to Tampa, Florida. Doug will join us there. Doug, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how's it going?
Doug, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
So I got a little opportunity here. I'm in a sweet spot job, but it happens to be what seems to be a dead end. I work in landscaping. It's just me and my boss, and I can't get him to expand. So I have a family friend that is up in North Carolina who could get me into some commercial accounts to get me started. And it would be pretty much an even swap after business expenses. But the problem I'm running into is trying to explain to my wife how it's not going to be much of a financial change as it is a family situation change. She's all for going up there. She's just nervous about the financial situation.
Well, great. Well, have you sat down and showed her the numbers? Have you guys actually walked through and looked at the numbers, cost of living, all the different things?
Cost of living, yes. So we make about $80,000 between the two of us now. And I could go in and start to where I'm making about 45 to start. And that's just without any kind of expansion or anything.
Right.
So my thought is that if I get into the entrepreneur side and say, okay, I can start running the business, which is what I'm doing now, I just don't have full reins.
Right.
So if I get up there, get in with a family friend, he'll get me a couple accounts to start, which is going to be a good base salary for us.
Yeah.
But the opportunities are endless, and that's what I'm really excited for. Yeah. I just have a hard time transpiring that over to my wife.
Yeah, but again, I get that, and she's only looking for concrete, so you can only focus the conversation on the concrete. And you told me that you can do it. You guys can go up there based on that base salary, and you guys could be comfortable. Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you proven that to her? Meaning you literally go, this is what my base is going to be. Forget big dreams and visions and what could be. Just this is where we're going to start. We're going to step from Tampa to North Carolina, and the salary is going to be this, and cost of living is this. Here's a working budget. If we get a house, we rent for this, or we have a mortgage for this, and we keep all of our same type of budgets and everything, it's the exact same. Our lifestyle is not going to change in the immediate, and it's most likely going to get way better sooner. That's the conversation. You've got to show her the numbers because she's on board. She's on board with uprooting the family. She just needs to know that you guys are going to be safe and then you're not going to be in kind of financial danger.
Right. Right. And then, so the second part is that she's a school nurse. She enjoys it, but it's not her sweet spot. she really wants to be like an event planner for birthdays and stuff, and that's actually kind of pushing us in that direction, is because her friend up there, they like working together on that.
Great.
So for the proximity principle, how would we get her into a connection to where she can find like a part-time job or even a school job up there, to where she's got, summers off and vacations off, to where she could still do that side gig or
start with that friend. We start with the friend who she already knows and loves, right? They're good friends.
Yes.
Friend lives in the new area.
Yes.
Friend knows lots of people. All those people the friend knows, they know people. And if the friend becomes an evangelist for connecting your wife to people that the friend might know in the school system, and we get a little situation there, we get her a part-time school nurse job at a private school or a public school or whatever. But you start with that relationship, and any other relationships you have. That's how you work the proximity principle. You go, hey, my wife's a nurse, school nurse, qualified, great at it.
Right.
If anybody's got a position available, she can come in. Doesn't have to be full-time, can be part-time. And then she and the friend start doing the event planning on the side. So I love this move for you guys. All you've got to do is show her the numbers on paper, man, and this is a done deal.
Right. Okay.
So do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, lay it out. This is simple. Love it. 844-747-2577, 844-747-2577. Let's go to Orlando, Florida. Not too far from Tampa. Josh is on the line. Josh, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Sure, how can I help?
I just had a quick question. I had a question for you. I'm going through some interviews, and I might be in a position where they offer me the role that I'm applying for. My question is there might be an opportunity for me to negotiate a salary, but I've never been in a position where I've had to do that.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for any advice you might have on how to tackle that.
Well, let me give you a general rule of thumb here on salary negotiation based on where we sit in our world right now. It's become less and less of an option. So you may be able to negotiate, you may not be able to, and you need to be aware of that. They may just go, look, we got 35 plus million people out of a job right now, and this is what we're going to pay for this job. And if you start going, well, would you be willing to do 10 grand more? They may go, no. At which point you have to decide. So the key to negotiation is, in my mind, number one, you got to be informed. And then number two, you got to have a position staked. Now this is a short version of negotiation. There's some great negotiation books out there. I believe a guy by the name of Chris Voss. I interviewed him for the Entre Leadership Program here at Ramsey Solutions. He's got a great book on it, so you could go read all this stuff. But we're not getting into big time negotiation here. So what I mean by being informed is this: you better know what the marketplace value is for your job, and that information is out there. Websites like Glassdoor, Indeed. This is not hard to find. And you can go do the research, and you better find out what the range is for the position and your skill set, experience, yada, yada, yada. And so if there's a range, you better know the range. You better compare that range to your real situation. That's what I mean by stake and a claim. I'm not willing to take it for less than this number. Informed and stake a claim. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
During these crazy times, the best advice I can give you is control the controllables. What you can fix today gives you hope for tomorrow. Let's start looking at major expenses like your monthly rent or your house payment. Folks, mortgage interest rates are so low. Now is the time to invest in your future. In just 10 minutes, my friends at Churchill Mortgage can share ways to save you serious cash through a smarter mortgage plan. If you're a renter, you can learn how to buy a home the right way. Or if you're already a homeowner, you can learn how to save thousands in interest through a simple refinance. Like I said, control the controllables and contact Churchill. To speak to a specialist, call 888-LOAN-200 or go to churchillmortgage.com.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100. Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
People all over the country are discovering a faith-based and budget-friendly way of meeting healthcare costs through Christian Healthcare Ministries. Christian Healthcare Ministries, or CHM, is a nonprofit organization that helps members carry one another's burdens with healthcare expenses, and they have successfully shared each other's medical bills for nearly 40 years. See if CHM is right for you by visiting chministries.org. CHM is a proud sponsor of Dave Ramsey Live Events.
You may feel like there's not a lot you can control these days, but I'm here to tell you, you can control your budget and you can control what you feed your family. My longtime friends at eMeals are here to help. They have simplified meal plans and created new recipe collections such as easy pantry meals and freezer meals utilizing basic ingredients. It has never been easier to shop smarter and stay on a budget. Try it free for 2 full weeks at emeals.com.
Everybody wants a great retirement, but not everyone gets to experience it. So how can you guarantee that you'll be one of the lucky ones? Well, the first thing is to get rid of the idea that only lucky people get to retire. Luck has nothing to do with it. Reaching your magic number is tough, and it requires determination and hard work. It also takes connecting with professionals who want to help you achieve your goals. I call these pros your dream team because they want to help you reach your dreams. You can't go on autopilot when it comes to your retirement saving and planning. You need to know what's in your portfolio and when to make adjustments. SmartVestor is an easy, free way to find investing professionals who focus on you. Just go to chrishogan360.com and click on Dream Team to see a list of investing professionals in your area who want to help you. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Connect with a SmartVestor Pro and start building your investing strategy today.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Confession. Budgeting hasn't always come naturally for me. I'm more of a free spirit, and on top of that, I love to spend money. But I want to tell you about the tool that has changed my life when it comes to budgeting. Over 6 million people are already on EveryDollar and using it every day to take control of their money. It's amazing. And take it from me, it's exactly what you need to make budgeting easy. Budgeting with EveryDollar shows me where all my money is going and allows me to free up space so I can spend it on what I value. It's customizable to you to fit your budget. I love that I can take EveryDollar everywhere I go. You can budget from your computer, iPhone, or Android with EveryDollar. Within the first month, EveryDollar budgeters found that they could cut their monthly expenses by 9%. No matter who you are, I know that EveryDollar will help you take control of your money. Remember, a budget doesn't limit your freedom. A budget gives you freedom.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired at work? Oh, you're in the right place. The Ken Coleman Show is for you. We're going to help you reclaim Mondays and stop living for the weekend. 844-747-2577 is the number to jump in. It is a free phone call, and we're here for you. You have the answers. It's my job to get them out of you. Part counselor, part coach, part cheerleader, whatever you need me to be, we're here for you. 844-747-2577. 844-747-2577. Hey, we're live prior to this radio show on YouTube. Live stream, 12 Eastern time. You search Ken on YouTube. And the opening of the show, data from Matters. A brand new podcast called Work Matters. It's only 3 to 4 minutes. Just search Work Matters with Ken Coleman. Subscribe to the Ken Coleman Show on YouTube. All right, Travis is up next in Charlotte, North Carolina. Travis, you're on the Ken Show.
Hey, Ken. Hope you're doing today.
Travis, I am living the dream. What's going on?
So a little bit of quick backstory for you. I actually am currently a warehouse supervisor in the Charlotte metro area. Mm-hmm. And I realized my sweet spot is in the IT role. Don't really have a specific, area in IT yet, but just know IT for sure. And And I'm calling today because I actually had a crazy opportunity, a resume along to a supervisor. So that's awesome there, though, is that the course of IT is my role in trying education behind it. I've taken a non-traditional path, Coursera. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Like online learning platform.
Mm-hmm.
And so my concern is when doing this resume, which is my first question, is how do I display that as education, or do I leave that? I mean,
no,
because I don't have all those credentials yet.
Doesn't matter. This is you. Your resume is a brochure. Okay. And so think of you ever been to one of those rest stops, along the highway in an area, and they've got all these tourism brochures?
Yes, sir.
Of course. So that's what we're doing. We're giving them a snapshot of you. So yes, that education is relevant. You learn something. You learn something relevant too, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. I put that under what I know.
Okay.
What I've learned. What I've learned. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess my second question is, I don't know that it would change the dynamic with my current employer by this employer that I'm applying for reaching out to them, but I have a fear that it might. And I've done applicant jobs, and I have a little checkbox there to say, "Hey, don't call this employer," in a resume format. Yeah. How can I avoid that pitfall? Because I really don't want to cause awkward tension, since this is still, in some respect, a long shot for me.
Yeah,
just being with lack of experience.
Yeah, I would. Your field rep, who's going to make the recommendation, I would have them kind of grease those wheels a little bit and say, "Hey, look, obviously he's currently working here. He doesn't want to lose his job over this. Doesn't think he will, but can we protect him on this?" Because I think they can check other references besides the people you currently work for. And I think if they understand that and they're genuinely interested in you, then I think they'll work around that. I would think so. I would certainly hope so. But this is one of those risks that you take. But you said, you didn't feel like it was going to hurt you. And I think, I would do as much research on the front end on this position, you know what I mean, to make sure that this isn't a long shot. Because I don't know that you need to take a long shot. And I don't know if you think it's a long shot or if it really is a long shot. Because let me just ask you this. Do you know enough about the position to score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 that you could go in and do the job? Whatever basic training they're going to give you, how confident are you? 1 to 10?
Well, to answer that question, let me just go ahead and say that they use all proprietary technology. So they send you on a 7-week training course. You just have to have some basic computer background in general. So I would say probably high 7, maybe 8.
So this isn't a long shot in my mind, especially since you got your field rep greasing the wheels for you, right? They're going to take your resume and put it right on the hiring manager's desk and go, "Let me tell you how I know Travis. Travis is a great guy. I really think we should interview Travis." Isn't that what's going to happen?
Yes, sir.
I don't think this is a long shot. So I would just have that person and the hiring manager go, "Hey, I can provide you a lot of references from people that I've worked for. So I have no problem. You do the background on me. I'll give you multiple references right here on the top of my resume. I got endorsement quotes. You use my Ken Coleman Show resume template. It's going to make you stand out anyway." But I think that's how you navigate that. And I think people will honor that. And go, "What else? I'm going to fight." But the reality is good, I guess. You didn't seem like it wouldn't. And you know what else? You're going for something else. So you're not going to a competitor and working the same job. I mean, you're changing gears. So, yeah, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about that. 844-747-2577 is the number. Let's go to Corey next in Wichita, Kansas. Corey, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks so much for taking my call.
You bet. What's up, Corey?
So I'm an executive assistant, and I enjoy my job, the department I work in, and my team, but I feel like I'm ready to grow outside of my role.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue is there are no positions within my department to move into, and I work for a large nonprofit hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what positions to look at. I'm open to going back to school. I would really like to look at a position where I could double my salary. I'm just not sure where to go from here.
Okay, great. So what you need to do is let's press pause on thinking about going to school. We don't even know if you need to go to school. And my somebody like you, and quite frankly, anybody that's in the workforce, they're going, well, I want to to get where you want to go, then the answer is yes. If it is the best way by a long shot
of raising money for the hospital.
Okay, so is it more administrative in nature? Hang on the line. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give you time to think about it, okay? I want you to think about the type of work you love to do and the results of that work that would fire your heart up. Hang in there, Corey. We're going to help you. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
I think you know where I stand on timeshares by now. No, they are not investments. No, do not buy one. If you're in the unfortunate position of owning one, call Timeshare Exit Team. They will go to bat for you when the timeshare turns you down. They've exited over 21,000 people. Yes, it will take time. And yes, it will cost you money. But that's better than paying a lifetime of maintenance fees and special assessments for something you can't use. And when you hire Timeshare Exit Team before June 30th to exit you from your timeshare, they will give you a huge savings for paying by cash, check, or ACH auto draft. No credit cards, people. That's another stupid idea. Call 844-999-EXIT. That's 844-999-EXIT or timeshareexitteam.com. Some exclusions apply. See the site for details. Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. I know this year has been crazy and a lot of you are super stressed about money. But what if I told you there was a way you never have to worry about money again? Well, there is. When you have the right plan, the right tools, and the right teaching, you can be confident you're always doing the right thing with your money. Ramsey Plus gives you all of that. It's our brand new all-access membership to help you get out of debt, save for emergencies, and give with outrageous generosity. Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan with our best-selling content, including Financial Peace University. You'll budget with the Every Dollar app, and finally, take control of your money. Then you'll track your progress with the new Baby Steps app, so you know you're hitting your goals. Decide right now to never worry about money again. Go to DaveRamsey.com and sign up for a free trial of Ramsey Plus today.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Confession. Budgeting hasn't always come naturally for me. I'm more of a free spirit, and on top of that, I love to spend money. But I want to tell you about the tool that has changed my life when it comes to budgeting. Over 6 million people are already on Every Dollar and using it every day to take control of their money. It's amazing. And take it from me, it's exactly what you need to make budgeting easy. But it shows me where all my money is going and allows me to free up space so I can spend it on what I value. It's customizable to you to fit your budget. I love that I can take Every Dollar everywhere I go. You can budget from your computer, iPhone, or Android with Every Dollar. Within the first month, Every Dollar budgeters found that they could cut their monthly expenses by 9%. No matter who you are, I know that Every Dollar will help you take control of your money. Remember, a budget doesn't limit your freedom. A budget freedom.
People are hurting. We've helped people beat debt and take control of their money through Financial Peace University. But here's the deal. None of that would have been possible without our Financial Peace University coordinators. These folks are the heroes. They stepped up to teach our 9-lesson proven plan to help people dump debt, master the budget, and build wealth. If you're looking for a way to make a difference from the comfort of your own home, join us on our mission to change lives and lead a Financial Peace University class online. Don't worry, you're not on your own. We'll do all the teaching, and an advisor will walk with you every step of the way. You don't even have to be debt-free yourself. We're just looking for good people willing to step up in these difficult times. Folks, people need this class more than ever. To get started, just text LEADER to 33789. Sign up and lead a Financial Peace University online class today.
Everybody wants a great retirement, but not everyone gets to experience it. So how can you guarantee that you'll be one of the lucky ones? Well, the first thing is to get rid of the idea that only lucky people get to retire. Luck has nothing to do with it. Reaching your magic number is tough, and it requires determination and hard work. It also takes connecting with professionals who want to help you achieve your goals. I call these pros your dream team because they want to help you reach your dreams. You can't go on autopilot when it comes to your retirement saving and planning. You need to know what's in your portfolio and when to make adjustments. SmartVestor is an easy, free way to find investing professionals who focus on you. Just go to chrishogan360.com and click on Dream Team to see a list of investing professionals in your area who want to help you. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Connect with the SmartVestor Pro and start building your investing strategy today.
Buying a home is a big purchase, and you need an agent who will fight for you and make sure you're getting the best deal you can afford. We've all had experiences with so-called professionals who leave us with a bad taste in our mouth. You know, those slime balls who just try to sell you something based off the size of their commission check? Well, the difference between a stellar real estate agent and one of those slime balls is not just how many deals they close, but also in how they treat you in the process. I endorse real estate agents all over the country who meet both of these criteria. We call them endorsed local providers, or ELPs. My team thoroughly vets these guys so that you are really getting awesome agents that know what the flip they're doing. ELPs will guide you into making a real estate decision that is best for your wallet, not theirs. Visit DaveRamsey.com/agents to find an agent near you today.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. As we went into the break, we were talking with Corey in Wichita, Kansas. Now, Corey is a executive assistant in a company, likes her department, likes a lot of the work she does, likes the mission of the company or the organization, and yet she wants to move into a greater role. And she's kind of locked up a little bit. Well, I don't know. And I asked her, okay, well, let's look at the type of work that you love to do, because we're looking for clues. She doesn't know where she wants to go. She just knows she wants more. And so I let her have some time over the break. That's why we're here, is for Corey and everybody else. I was, okay, what work do you love to do? Think about the actual task or function, or think about the role you like to play in the workplace, almost as though it is a TV show or movie. What role do you love to fill? So let's bring her back on. Corey, you've had a little bit of time to think. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
I love it. So what kind of work?
I thought a little bit more.
Good. Talk to me.
And so I also like helping veterans. I have a really big passion for veterans.
Okay. Good. Keep going.
I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'd like to connect them with resources.
Interesting. What kind of resources?
Maybe they need help. Maybe they're homeless. Maybe they need help finding a place to live. Or they need connections to help with groceries or a job.
Love it. Now, just for a moment, let's pause and tell us why. Why you're passionate to bring resources to better the lives of our country's veterans. Where's that coming from?
I think that just comes from the mission of the company that I work for, helping the poor and vulnerable. Yeah, you work for a great nonprofit, and that's their entire mission, is to give a hand up and reach a hand out to help people who are behind the eight ball. And that there's something in your life, there's something in your experience where that has just moved your heart. And it could very well just be working with this organization. So would you like to stay with this organization and just be in a different role where you have more responsibility? Yes, and I took your quiz to see if I should quit my job, and my results were, you're in the wrong role, but in the right place.
Oh, perfect. Did you take that while we were on commercial break, or did you take it before the call?
I took it before the call.
Okay, I was going to say, that's impressive. So really, this is about the right role. So let's have fun. Use a one-word descriptor to kind of describe the role. See, this should free you up a little bit because it's not about job title. This is just, what's the role you want to play in your current organization?
Advocate?
Boom. That's a wonderful word. By the way, Corey, you could change the word 5 minutes from now, but this is an exercise. So that explains to me the type of position you want, right? The kind of work you want to be doing all day, every day. So you've been doing an admin assistant role, and we could pick a word for that. And we could call that a completer, a administrator, whatever we want to call that. It doesn't matter. Advocate. What positions exist in the organization where most of the work you're doing all day, every day is in the role of advocating for a veteran or for a homeless person or for somebody who's just really down and out? So what are the roles in the company where you're truly playing advocate all day, most of the day?
I believe they're a counselor of some sort, a case manager maybe.
Perfect. So you know what that means? You got a little more research to do within your company. And now this idea of advocate needs to be on the tip of your tongue and top of mind, because you're going, as I look at this job description, does 80%, 75 to 80% of my day allow me to be an advocate? If it does, it means you're in your sweet spot. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So I'm not preaching a utopia, right? Like, well, I never go to any meeting I don't like. I never do anything I don't like. No, but what I'm saying is that most of your day, you need to be in your sweet spot playing that role. And I think that's what you're looking for. And here's the deal. Be patient. If it's not open now, it's okay. Start telling your leader, hey, I eventually want to move into more of this case counselor or whatever they call it there. And find the pathway. You work in the organization, so it won't be difficult for you to talk to the right people to find out what is the pathway to the kind of gig I want. Do I need to take another gig that kind of gets me the experience and qualifies me for this gig I want? Or can I move directly into this role, into this job as soon as it's available? That's all you're doing right now. And here's the deal. If you get to a point where you go, you know what? The opportunity is not going to present itself, or it's not going to be as quick as I would like, I'm okay with you looking out and saying, all right, I know I want to be an advocate and I know who I want to advocate for. So you ask the question, who's advocating for these people that I want to advocate for? What positions do they have? And can I step into that advocating role? And all of a sudden, you start seeing stuff everywhere, Corey, that you never saw before. Make sense?
Yeah, that would be exciting.
All right. I'm excited for you. You know you got some work to do, don't you?
I do.
All right, but you'll get there. I'm really proud of you. Love that. And Corey, here's the last thing I'd tell you is make sure that you're always thinking about the people you most want to help. Keep them top of mind. Even when you're in the waiting, it'll get you through. That's where your heart, that passion for the work and for the mission comes alive in us. It'll keep us going. 844-747-2577. Hey, real quick, our number one best-selling book, The Proximity Principle, which is based on the principle we created on the show, talking to you. The Proximity Principle says in order to do what you want to do, you've got to be around the people that are doing it and in the places where it is happening. In other words, when you're around the right people and in the right places, opportunity will come knocking on your door. The book goes into great detail, 5 archetypes of people, 5 places and practices on what to do when you're around the right people in the right places. Number one best-selling book, now available, all 3 formats, hard copy, ebook, and audiobook. You can get all 3 one price, $25. That's a $35 savings. That's crazy. KenColeman.com. Go get it. 844-747-2577. All right. We like to go to social media questions from time to time. And by the way, at Ken Coleman on Instagram, the Ken Coleman Show is on Facebook. We actually have the official Ken Coleman community on Facebook as well. And on Twitter at Ken Coleman. So a lot of Facebook questions. Brandy writes in from Facebook, I've been furloughed and no guarantee of returning. So as I look at other opportunities, if all that is available is a step down, meaning a pay cut, should I reset expectations and take whatever is available? Yeah. If that's all that's available and you are in a tough financial situation, let's shift from long-term thinking to short-term thinking. You don't have to be there forever. You don't owe them 7 years of your life. Take it. Do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. And in that situation, I'd rather have less pay than no pay. Juan on Facebook says, how can I find courage to look for the right position in a different field? Oh, I love this question. So Juan and everybody else, courage does not just appear. You can't will yourself to be courageous. I just don't believe it. However, can in fact materialize, but only after you've done two things. Number one, you got to get clear. You got to get clear on who you are and what you want to do and why you want to do it. And that's what we teach here, right? Once you're clear, then the confidence develops. Oh, I'm confident. I know I've got the talent. I know I'm passionate about it. I know it meets my mission. I'm in my sweet spot. Talent, passion, mission. When they intersect, you're in your sweet spot. You find that unique role. And in that role, you go, oh, this is what I was put on this earth to do. I love it. I'm good at it. And boy, oh boy, does it create results that I can get fired up about. When you're clear, you become confident. And it is when you are confident that the courage will, in fact, appear. Clarity leads to confidence, and confidence leads to courage. That's how you find the courage, by getting clear. Then the confidence rises, and even in the face of fear, you go, nope, I know I'm supposed to do it, and why? And you step forward. I get a lot of calls from people who want to pursue their dreams, but they're not sure how to. And a major career change is obviously a lot easier when you're working a day job and saving up money to cash flow the dream. Now, if you don't have the money to quit your day job, don't. Keep working and start stacking money away in an online emergency savings account like the one from my friends at Fairwinds Credit Union. I'm a huge fan of Fairwinds online banking because they allow you to bank anytime, anywhere. And you don't have to live in a state with a branch to be an online member. With Fairwinds mobile apps, you can transfer money or make a deposit using your smartphone or tablet. Plus, credit unions like Fairwinds are an excellent place to keep your money. Fairwinds is a members-only, member-owned, and not-for-profit financial institution. That means your voice matters. So, fund your future and move your money over to fairwinds.org/Ken today. That's fairwinds.org/Ken.
Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Did you know that 52% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement? If you're in that majority, retirement may sound like a hopeless situation, but it doesn't have to be. My name is Chris Hogan, and I want to help you carve a path to your dream retirement. We have to stop thinking that retirement begins at some magical age, like 65 or 70. Retirement begins when you have enough money to enjoy the lifestyle you dream about. It's going to take more than a dream, though. You have to get serious about making a plan. I've created an assessment tool that helps you know what you need to do to reach your dream retirement. Get your free assessment at chrishogan360.com. Whether your goal is to live comfortably, travel the world, or have enough money to help grandkids with college, and to be able to give like crazy, you can reach the number you need. It just takes a plan. Go to chrishogan360.com to start making your plan today.
Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. I know this year has been crazy and a lot of you are super stressed about money. But what if I told you there was a way you never have to worry about money again? Well, there is. When you have the right plan, the right tools, and the right teaching, you can be confident you're always doing the right thing with your money. Ramsey Plus gives you all of that. It's our brand new all-access membership to help you get out of debt, save for emergencies, and give with outrageous generosity. Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan with our best-selling content, including Financial Peace University. You'll budget with the Every Dollar app, and finally, take control of your money. Then you'll track your progress with the new Baby Steps app, so you know you're hitting your goals. Decide right now to never worry about money again. Go to DaveRamsey.com and sign up for a free trial of Ramsey Plus today.
Our children's products have been completely redesigned to give your children a fun and practical way to learn about money. Junior's Adventures are 3 amazing products that teach kids 3 to 12 how money works. Junior's Adventure books are all new with colorful illustrations and a shorter word count. Financial Peace Junior offers all the tools you need to teach your kids about money. And the Smart Saver Bank now has clear sections for giving, saving, and spending. Learn more at DaveRamsey.com.
Helping you get unstuck and on purpose in your life and in your work. I'm Ken, and this is the Ken Coleman Show. Yeah, not another political talk show. We're talking about purpose in your life and work, and I don't know that it's any more relevant than it ever has been. My goodness, it's so relevant right now. People are just, this pandemic that has kind of gone up and down. We don't know what's going on, and oh my gosh, what's happening? It's just created so much instability in people's professional lives and personal lives, and to the point where they're going, well, you know what? This is a great time to reassess. I mean, Joe, we knew that prior to COVID, that somewhere between 67 to 70% of people are unhappy in their work.
Yes.
Now, some of them are appreciating that job they can't stand, right? If they kept it, or they'd like to have it back. But it's a great time to reset. If you've been furloughed or kicked out of the nest. And so we're here to help you do that. 844-747-2577. Gail is up next in Topeka, Kansas. Gail, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi.
Hi, Gail.
I have a question I don't remember reading or anything like that on your site. And Thank you so much for all your resources.
Well, thank you. How can I help?
I had received a bad review from a manager, and my intentions were to move to another department, and her and I had a personality conflict, so I really didn't even discuss it with her. I just put my rebuttal on the review, and then HR read through it and said that they had some questions for me, and this prompted an investigation by them, and it also caused my manager to start retaliating against me. And I kept going to HR and telling them, hey, I can't deal with this.
Right.
After the third day, I got a hold of them. I said, look, I've got almost 2 weeks of vacation. Can today just be my last day and then make it official 2 weeks later? And, they let me quit that day. But now I'm posed with, how do I put this on my resume? How do I answer future employee, prospects? During my job interviews, I don't know what to put down.
Well, I wouldn't go to all the detail. It's like one of those situations where, if you've got a family dispute, or, you have some personal dispute and people that come into your life later or people that are in your life at the time, they don't need to know all of the nasty nitty gritty. Right. And so what do? You kind of put a nice face on it, and you kind of go, look, we had a problem, and, or it just wasn't working for us. And so we moved on. And it's kind of like everybody knows there's more to the story. And I think if somebody wants to know more of the story, you get into it. But as it relates to an application and on your resume, I wouldn't address it at all. If somebody says, why'd you leave? You go, you know what? I wanted to be doing this type of work, and I wanted to be in a culture that was like this place, or what I've heard about this place. And you kind of focus on the positives, right? Okay. And so you're not leaving from something, you're moving to something. It's like, I'm not running from something, I'm stepping into something. That I said that a little bit better the second time. So that's the mindset. And I think that's what I would do. If they say, well, why did you leave your last job? You just go, it was no longer, the right fit and a person. And, I've always told people, blame it on me. Say, I listen to this Ken Coleman show. And the guy's always helping people figure out what they really want to do and why they want to do it. And I've been listening, and I just realized there's a better future for me. And I'm applying for this position because I think this is a part of a better future. I hear great things about the company. I want to be in a great culture. I hear good things about, kind of focus on accentuating the positives about why you left.
Right. So how do I say, if they ask, can we contact your manager?
I would tell them that that your previous manager was very unhealthy, and you took it to HR, and HR was aware of it, and that you have other people that you would prefer they contact, and they're all relevant. You know what I mean? But you can go, this was not a healthy leader. And I managed to get along and deal with it, but that was a big part of me going, you know what, I want to be in a great culture. And, so just be aware if you contact them, they did not like the fact that, whatever, if that's when you got to get into that, that's when you get into it.
Okay.
You can't sweep it all under the rug, but you certainly don't have to air it all out. But I would give them clear expectation, because here's the deal. I would hope they're going to contact more than one person. And if they hear 3 great things and then 1 awful thing, then that squares with what you tell them.
True.
Right? So don't you have more than 1 really strong reference that they could call that you've worked for or worked with in the past?
Oh, yes.
And are they going to give you a glowing recommendation?
I believe so.
So then tell them that. Say, full disclosure, I never want to throw anybody under the bus. That's why I didn't bring it up before. And tell them exactly what happened. Honesty is the best policy. Now, don't air everything out. But if you were above reproach, and it sounds like you were because you took it to HR, then I'd tell them all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wonder if you couldn't get a good recommendation from somebody in HR. Would they be willing to do that from this past company?
I have not checked into that.
I would. You know why? That would be an extra piece of really strong evidence. Because if they contact your prior boss and she's or he's running you through the mud, but you got a really great thing from HR, then that squares with your story. I'd try it. You have nothing to lose, right?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, honesty is always the best policy, but honesty when it's required, meaning when they ask you a direct question about it, you're honest. But if they don't bring it up, why do you got to air all the dirty laundry? And here's the deal. This is why, Gail, I teach the proximity principle, right? And the web of connections, because we want our connections, we want our relationships to get us the gig long before we ever step in the interview room, right? So if they've heard all these amazing things about Gail, they're not worried about the bad boss. So that's my take. You got this. Don't look back. Don't look back at all. Don't ever look back. We get this question a lot, and there's a sense that if you had a bad experience, that now you are going to be tainted. And I understand why people feel that way, but understand that is fear-based thinking. And so what we just did with Gail is we stepped out of that situation and we gave her some perspective. Okay. And that's what you've got to do. And call in the show. I'll talk to you about it, or get with somebody else in your life that's level-headed, completely objective, and talk it through. Here's one other thing to think about. You are not the only person in the history of the workforce to have a bad experience with a leader and a boss. So don't just assume that everybody's going to think that you're the problem. And when you get asked the question, well, why did you leave? Go positive and stay positive. Then if they say, well, we want to contact somebody, or let's say they go contact somebody and they get all this negative, you better have your ducks in a row where again, the one problem that you just left is the outlier, like we discussed. And if you do that, folks, you're going to be fine. And then when you do talk about it, if you're forced to talk about it, again, you can be very honest and still take the high road. You know what? Had some personality stuff. There's just some clashes. And here's what it boiled down to. And I had no problem with their leadership. I don't want to lead. I'm a follower, or whatever the situation. Just describe it. What happened? I went to HR. I did it the right way. They investigated it. But then it created retribution. And I've got all this on record. And then I went to them and I said, you know what? I'm just not interested in fighting this out. See, that makes you look like a really good person who goes, you know what? If HR is not going to deal with it, if leadership's not going to deal with it, then I'm just going to be a person who says, you know what? I'm going to stay on the high road. And the high road includes me walking away. Folks, at some point, you've got to have the courage to just describe what happened. And if you do it the way I just described there and you know it to be the right way, and they still don't want you because of that, then take it as a blessing. It's not a place you want to be. Healthy leaders will handle that information. So be courageous and be honest. My time's almost up, but before I let you go, you matter and you do have what it takes. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.
Thanks for listening to the Ken Coleman Show. For more, you can